Hi, what I thought I'd talk about today were some techniques you can use with and without the camera that'll make your MotoVlogs a little cooler. And again, this is my humble opinion. Take all this stuff with a grain of salt. You know, put it in the toolbox if you want. If not, completely ignore it. First, cool intros. As cool as you might think your name spinning around for 45 minutes with every effect from the crayon box on it is, if it doesn't tell people anything about you, it's not an intro. Okay? Again, take it with a grain of salt, but I think it should tell the people a little about yourself, the bike you ride, where you're from, you know, the weather that day, anything, but something other than who you are. We clicked on your channel. We kind of know, you know? And speaking of audiences, in radio, they tell new disc jockeys, do not say, hi, everyone. We want to welcome all of you to the show. They say, address one person, okay? Because that's generally who's watching, one person. And when one person hears, hi, everyone, you know, it just psychologically weirds them out a little bit because they'll go, well, it's just me, right? So, hi, welcome to the MotoVlog. One person, just a suggestion, okay? Another thing is jump cuts. Now this is something you'll need to do in editing, and people do this all the time. Let's say you're talking about something, and then you realize, you know, I want to cut that out. If the background, if the speed of the bike, if the lighting is all pretty much the same, it might work. It'll look like this. Here, I'll do a jump cut. You see? Now that's not so bad, right? But if the speed, the light, and everything is different, it can be kind of jarring to the viewer. Here's what I mean. I'll do a jump cut. You know, the other day, I saw this dog, and he was running down the street, and I was thinking to myself, you see what I mean? If you cut from those two things, what? Right? So you might need an editing technique that explains, if you will, the cut. There are a million types of transitions. Here, I'll try it with kind of a flashy thing, and maybe I'll put a jet noise in there so it explains the speed change. It would look like this. You know, the other day, I saw this dog, and he was running down the street, and I was thinking to myself, isn't that much better? Right? And it's kind of creative also, right? Another thing I wanted to address, a lot of people, well, I would say most people, have one camera either mounted here or somewhere on their helmet. And that's the only camera you ever see. You always see their point of view up and down, and that's fine. That's pure motovlogging. But just because the thing is mounted to your head doesn't mean you can't take it off, set it down, walk in front of it, take it and, you know, get some close-ups of your wheel and do creative things when you're stopped with it and cut those in. So if you were to say, hey, look, you know, isn't that a beautiful view? Stop the bike, walk over there, take your helmet, set it down someplace, you know, compose a shot with a tree in it there, let it sit for a little while, and then pick it up, put it back on your head, and when you get home, cut that into, hey, look, that's a nice shot. Which brings me to another technique that you can use, and that is using a remote audio, okay? And what I mean by that is I use a Zoom, and it's in my pocket, and I have a lavalier microphone, and that's where I take my sound. Now, it's a little bit of a hassle because when you go to edit it, right, you have to match or sync the audio to the video, and sometimes it does what they call slip. So you have to slide it around and get it right? But I think it's worth it because you can do things like this. Here, I'll show you. Hi, I'm here at Mililani Pinnacle, and evidently there's a big point on the earth, and this is where it converges. So happy to be here. Now, the thing about this is I can be this far away, speak at my normal voice, and you can see me. And I can approach the camera like this. In fact, I could even do this and go, hey, how you doing? Now, without this, it kind of sounds, you know, like this. Okay, I'm going to talk here a little bit. Can you even hear me? It's tough, okay? And that's where a remote mic comes in. So now, let me show you another little technique. I call them natural editing points. Coming up on a light here, and I want to show you what I mean about natural edited points, okay? Now, so many motovloggers will pull up to a red light and then just sit there, and you have to wait at this light with them. Well, here's a way to make a light seem like it's 2 seconds long. Here's a red light. I pull up to it. Now here's the key. I turn my head. From there, I cut to that camera. Okay? Then you edit back to this. Okay? Now let me show you what that looks like cut together. I stop. A natural edit point. Look for it. So there you have it. Hope these are helpful. Thanks for watching.